One of the best decisions that I made that helped me grow my Amazon business to over $200,000 in sales every month was hiring a team of virtual assistants. In this video, I'm going to be going over the hiring process and show you exactly what to look for whenever you're hiring a virtual assistant for your Amazon business. You might be wondering when is the best time to hire a virtual assistant. I always tell people that hiring a team and outsourcing in general is going to help you accomplish one of two or maybe even both goals. Goal number one is to gain back your time. If you're spending more time in the business than you want to be and you're finding that you just created another job for yourself, then hiring a virtual assistant, getting other aspects of your business outsourced are really going to be helpful. Number two, you can start to grow your business. Whenever the business is not reliant on just you and you actually have systems in place and people working on your business, and it's going to allow you to scale exponentially. Once you start to outsource more and more of your business, you can actually achieve both of these goals. Where I'm at now, I only have to work maybe 30 minutes a day on the business, and it's actually able to run itself from there. So now that we know when to outsource, let's look at how we can actually go about hiring virtual assistants. Step number one is to figure out what you are hiring for. So there's tons of different tasks running an Amazon business. I always recommend people start with just hiring for product research, because product research is really the foundation of your business. If you want to grow, you need to spend more money on inventory. And if you're not getting consistent leads in, then that's not going to happen. So let's say you decide you want to hire for product research. Later on, you have them do other back-end or admin tasks. But let's say we're going to start with hiring a product researcher. Now that you know what you need to hire for, you need to set out clear expectations. What do you expect out of that job? How many leads do you want them to find per day? What's the criteria? How long are they supposed to work each day? Make sure you have clear guidelines set so that you can start to build out your job posting. Step number two is make sure that you understand what the job is so that you can actually train them. You can hire somebody, but if you're not able to show them how to actually meet your expectations, because you're not a good product researcher yourself, for example, then you're probably going to struggle. There's other options. You could find a VA training service. There's other ways to go about it. But if you're wanting to hire and train a team yourself, then you yourself need to understand all the aspects of product research. If you're not quite there yet, go spend a couple more months, learn the systems, learn the product research game better, and then come back to this video and start hiring and training your own team. Now, once we're actually ready to hire, I recommend that you use a site called onlinejobs.ph. This is basically a job posting site in the Philippines, which is where a lot of people are going to be hiring their virtual assistants, and it's where I recommend that you hire as well. There's a lot of different benefits that I can go to in another video, but just to name a few, the time difference works well because they're able to find the leads while you're sleeping, so whenever you wake up, you have those leads ready to go. Dollar difference is obviously good as well because the dollar goes a lot further there. Generally, $1 can get like 54 Philippine pesos right now. That always varies a bit, but generally speaking, the dollar goes a lot further, so it's going to be advantageous to us to be able to pay a lower US dollar amount, and advantageous to our workers as well because they're going to be getting good pay since we can pay them in US dollars and transfer that to their currency. I'll also say, generally speaking, the people in the Philippines are very hardworking, very committed to their jobs, and they want to show the best results possible. So that's just a few reasons why I really like hiring in the Philippines. As far as getting the job posting, I recommend going to the website and scrolling through job postings that already exist for online arbitrage product research. And then you can take some bits and pieces from each of those and start to build your own job posting. I also have a free kit that I'll link down below. It includes a job posting and some other free tools that can help you out in this process. Whenever you put together your job posting, whether you use that free example I built or you start to put something together yourself, again, make sure you have clear expectations set and let them know what you're looking for and what will be expected out of them if they actually get the job. Something that's super, super important is that somewhere in the job posting, you ask them to give you their favorite food, their favorite color, favorite movie, something like that, so that you can see if they're actually detail oriented and they're actually reading the job posting. This is extremely important because I'm not joking at all, you will get hundreds of applications within the first few days. So you need to have something to help you sort through all those applications quicker. I always ask them to put their favorite food at the very top of their application. That way I can just quickly glance. Did they do that or did they not? If they did not follow that first initial step, then I'm just moving on to the next person. Because if they're not paying attention to the details now, when they're applying for the job, when they're supposed to be at their best, they're probably not going to be detail oriented when they're actually doing the job. So that's just a clear indicator to me. So I'm going to be moving on to the next person. If they give me their favorite food and I like their general application, it sounds like they got some good experience and they're a generally good person, then I'm sending them a set of sample questions. This is where I'm asking them to, here's an Amazon page, go find me a source for it. Here's a source page, go find me an Amazon page. Which one of these Keepa charts is selling faster? What do we do when there's no sales rank? Just some general product research questions so that I can gauge their experience level and make sure that they're actually going to be equipped to do the tasks that are set out for them. The next step from there, if I like their application, I like their results on their sample test, then I'm going to go ahead and schedule an interview with them. And in that free kit link down below, there's an interview scheduler. We're basically just having them sign up for a time slot and then doing a 15-minute interview with them. At this point, I'm fairly confident in their skill level, maybe just asking them a few more skill-based questions. But generally in the interviews, I'm just looking to make sure that they seem like a quality person. I always encourage people to hire based on characteristics and then train for skill. I want to make sure that they have a foundational level, but I'm mainly looking at, are you a quality person with high character? And then we can train you from there. A lot of the people that are applying for your job, they're gonna have these foundational skills because a lot of them have product research experience, but they won't be accustomed to what you're looking for. Maybe their past employer wanted a $10 minimum profit, but you're okay with just 4. Maybe their past employer wanted a 15% return on investment, but you need 30. It's gonna take some time for them to adjust. So you're gonna have to do some training either way. This is why it's important to hire for quality, hire for characteristics, and then you can train them for skills, the intricacies that you're looking for in your product research. Once you've gone through the interviews, it's time to make a decision. So from there, you're just picking whoever you want to hire, sending them an email with an onboarding and welcome letter, and then having them join your team whenever you'd like them to begin. And next, you need to go through the onboarding process. I usually spend about 30 minutes to an hour on their first day, just welcoming them to the team, going over clear expectations, how we're going to be communicating with each other. Personally, I like to use Discord, what they're supposed to do with their leads. Does it go in a Google Sheet? Do they send them to you in an email? Whatever you want to do, make sure you're just going over those expectations with them on the first day. And then I also like to give them some training videos. Maybe it's YouTube, maybe you have access to some courses that you can give them. And then from there, I like to give them a sample sale to go through. So I might grab, like, Nike has a 20% off sale. I'll say, hey, spend just an hour to 2 today. Go through the sale, see if you can find anything. But in their first week, I'm mainly just giving them training to go through and helping them get accustomed to what I'm actually expecting from them in my business. I recommend that during their first week of work, you're spending just 10 to 15 minutes with them every day, going over their leads or any questions they had from the training the day before. And then after their first week, you can kind of gauge and see how they're doing. But generally speaking, we drop down to just weekly team meetings after that. So that way everyone's still meeting together as a team once a week if there's any questions or anything we need to go over, but you're not wasting everyone's time with daily meetings as well. Even though we're not meeting daily, it is super important to be giving daily constant feedback on their leads. They cannot improve if you don't tell them what they're doing wrong. They cannot go for those things that are right if you don't tell them that they're doing it right. So whether it's color coding the sheet, leaving notes on the leads, you need to make sure that you're giving constant feedback so that they're always improving and becoming better at their job. From there, it's important to just continue building systems, making sure that they know that you're there for them, responding to their messages in a timely manner and all that. If you want to learn more about how to hire VA teams, how to build a business that can actually run itself, check out the link below. I have a course dropping super soon that's going to go over how to outsource every aspect of your business. So be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.